Hey guys, so today I've been working on a small feature that I think a lot of these Pokemon fan games lack. But I really enjoyed, and I think it should be in every game. So I made it today. It also ties in nicely with the actor state machine. Let's have a look. What's different now? Well, now we have the ability to only make a direction in which only make a change in the direction we're facing. So we don't have to move. We can just quick tap the button and it'll change the facing. We can still hold the button down and move like we're used to, but now we have this extra option. I noticed this is possible on the Game Boys as well. That's why I want to implement it, because it feels so restricted, having to move in a specific direction in order for the character to look in that direction. The way this is done is mainly changes in the player controller. So now we maintain which buttons are pressed and how long they have been pressed for. And since there's one direction for each button, we can just map the directions enumeration to this array, and we don't have to think about what index matches what direction, because that's taken care of this way. So here, when we hold a key down, we make the button press true for that direction, and when we release the key, we have a special function here because we need to do a few things. This is release direction, and let's talk about that in a little minute here. And then in update, we update the direction for only the directions that are or whose key is held down. So the release direction, when we release a key, we want the button press to be false, and we want to consider if we are going to reface the character. That's this movement that only changes the facing direction. And then we also set the timer, or reset the timer rather. And when we update a direction, we just add the delta time to the timer and consider if we should move. Now these consider move and consider reface functions are really simple. I have a threshold here, and if the button has been held down for more than the threshold when we consider a move, then the player moves. The same, or well, the reverse thing happens when the consider reface. If the button has been held down in an amount of time that is less than the walk reface threshold, then we only get a reface. Now this results in this behavior where if you press a button quickly, you get a reface, and if you hold it down, then you continuously get move directions or move calls in the direction that you're holding the key. So I think that works. That works pretty well. That works as intended. Yeah. And so in the actor, all I had to do was make another state here for the state machine, and then when we update, it is a completely different block, different case here. If the actor state is refacing, that is in the middle of a reface, the character is turning around, playing a little animation. If the actor is doing that, then we increase the timer, and if the timer is more than the reface time, the amount of time that the animation takes, then we just reset to standing. Up here in the state-specific the fields here, we got the walk time per tile. That is how long the walking animation is, and then we got this reface time now, and we could do this for all animations. Now the sprite, whenever the renderer asks the actor for his sprite, I just added an extra case here for refacing, and if we are refacing, we get the animations for the walking, and then we just return the very first keyframe, the one where the player's just about to take a step, just like in the game. And lastly, in the games, when you stand next to something, an object, and you press the key or the direction key leading into that object, the player will walk into that object, and you'll get a little "you can't go here" sound to play. I think that's I don't agree with that. So what we do now is if we try to move into a house, we just get a reface, and that's it. And then that's gotta be confirmation enough for the player to know that you cannot walk here. This is not a walkable tile. So this reface function is just called in these cases where the move function doesn't work. If we're heading outside the map, we can still do a reface, and if there's an actor in the way, we can still do a reface, and if there's an object in the way that is not walkable, we can still get a reface. Great, so that's refacing. I guess it's a really small function, but I think it makes the movement a lot more pleasurable in this game. Thank you for watching the video.